Welcome back. French defense major Thales, which has a strong presence in India, is all set to ramp up its operations here. My colleague Rituparna caught up with the CEO of the company.
Thales is here in India since the 50s, more than 60 years of presence. Started with defense and then developing also in aerospace and transportation. And we are a very strong supporter and provider of defense technology to the Indian air forces and armies and Navy also.
Right. So will you be looking at establishing new tie-ups and joint ventures in India? You already have some here. We have talked about that in the past.
Yeah.
Will you look at more new tie-ups with Indian companies in the future?
Of course, absolutely. We have already 300 people working for Thales. We have 3 JVs with companies such as Bell, Samtel or L&T in various domains, and we are definitely growing. I mean, India is such a market and such a partner also. We have found very good companies that are now integrated in our worldwide supply chain and to address the Indian market, but also the export market together.
So, talking about the export market, do you see India as a place for exporting out as a defense manufacturing hub?
Yes, absolutely. Today we already have some Indian partners and suppliers that are working for us and with us in order to address the global market. You know, Thales is involved in 50 countries, and the Indian companies that are working with us have access to the full market of Thales.
What about R&D? Because R&D is very, very critical to what Thales does. So do you see more cooperation in R&D with Indian companies and Indian institutions here?
Yes, of course. We are very impressed by the level and the quality of Indian companies today. You know, I am in this air show since many years. I think the first Bangalore air show for me was in 2002 or something like that. And it's impressive to see how the Indian companies have developed and the level of technology that you can find here. And it's absolutely superb. And we're bringing this technology in our global products.
Aviation major Airbus, whose global sourcing from India now runs into almost $500 million, is now looking to explore opportunities available in the MRO space. I caught up with Srinivas in Dwarka to check what the plans of the companies are, especially on the MRO front.
If you look at Airbus strategy in the country, of course, Make in India is at the heart of the strategy, and we are looking at developing aerospace and aviation ecosystem in the country. You know? So, of course, we have done a lot on the sourcing, $500 million per year. But beyond that, there are a couple of areas which we really focus on. One is actually developing customer services, because we are going to deliver a lot of aircraft, more than 580 aircraft to deliver in the country. So we are looking mainly at maintenance training. We have been training people, not only in India, for also the airlines around the area. So maintenance training is going to be a focus area for us. And second area is the pilot training as well. We are really focusing on is R&D and innovation. This is where actually internally, we are looking at India as an ecosystem to try and see how we can look at disruptive technologies or disruptive ways of working to really help support Airbus.
What could be the advantages that the aviation industry could really get out of ramping up their skill development side of the story?
Moving forward, we are delivering Airbus, we are delivering 1 aircraft every week for the next 10 years. And if you look at, there are more than 800 aircraft backlog both across Airbus and Boeing, which would require more than about 500 pilots, on a yearly basis, to come into the market. So that is definitely a focus area. One of the good things is that the new DGCA draft policy to really asking airline to be associated with a training center or have their own if they have more than 20 aircraft really is a step in the right direction, as we feel, and that would definitely help.
Setting up of an MRO is, the next big thing that most of the industry players are looking at. For Airbus, do you have plans to set up an MRO in India?
Okay. So I think if you look at MRO itself, the whole MRO philosophy in the future will change. We are actually doing MRO in terms of taking the aircraft out, for a few days to do the checks, and sooner than later, we will start integrating some of that in the airport itself, doing it on the side of the airport itself. So as Airbus, we are not in the business of MRO. What we do is that we partner with MRO companies in India India. We have done it with Airworks, really to develop the capabilities, and we support airlines like Vistara with that. So moving into the future, yes, we would be looking at partnerships model to support airlines rather than doing it ourselves.
Sure. Also, the rising cost of ATF fuels really is a pain point to most airlines. Just want to understand from you going forward, how big an issue is this going to be? And for airlines, before purchasing an aircraft from manufacturers like you, how big is it for them to stress on fuel efficiency going forward?
Fuel efficiency in India is extremely important. If you look at the fuel cost, India is 1.5 times that of London, and it's 2 times that of JFK, and 2.5 times that of Dubai. So it is important that aircraft manufacturers support the airlines by having fuel-efficient aircrafts. We can do that in many, many ways. Of course, we work very closely with the engine manufacturers to reduce the fuel consumption. But we also have new designs in terms of the fuselage or the new wing, which can reduce the aerospace in terms of the drag, and that thereby reducing the fuel consumption as well.
One final question, how does the order book look like right now, and also in terms of capturing the market and talking to new players, what exactly is the strategy?
I think if you look at globally, we have more than 6,800 aircraft to deliver. For Airbus, that's our order backlog, and there's more than 5,000 in the A320, single-aisle neo category itself. If you look at India, we have more than 580 aircraft to deliver, and more than 550 of them, in the neo category itself. So from that side, the order backlog globally, as well as that of India, looks very good.
India is soon going to need at least 200 single-engine aircraft, and one of the contenders for this contract is Swedish defense major SAAB. And with me now is the CEO of the company with me to talk to us about why this aircraft, the Gripen, fits the bill. Thank you so much for joining us. As far as the Gripen aircraft is concerned, you and Lockheed Martin are the only 2 contenders for the single-engine aircraft project. Why do you think the Gripen is one of the best products on offer for this project?
Well, first of all, it's the latest development that you are able to receive. We are now developing and now starting the test flights and going to be able to deliver to the Swedish Air Force and Brazil 2019. The latest technology, everything from avionics, radars, and other passive sensors. And we're also offering full technology transfer. So we try to give a good total package that we also work on a sustainable way over time and also create the capability in India.
We understand that you are not only offering the technology but also the capability as such, and offering a manufacturing facility here in India. Can you talk to us about the details of the offer that you have for India in case you win this contract?
Well, I will not give too much of details. That would be foolish of me. But what we are saying is that we are willing and we would like to do full technology transfer. That means everything from design, engineering, production, but also the full capability of the ecosystem and the skills of future development and upgrades of the aircraft and the system going forward.
Right. We also want to understand, there's a naval variant of the aircraft which is also on offer. So you are willing to offer the maritime version of Gripen to India?
Yes, at least we will answer on the RFI. And if that suits the Navy, of course, we are willing to work to make that as a possible solution for India, and also combine that with if we are selected for the Air Force, of course.
So how has been your experience in India? We understand that you are already working in this country with some companies. Some components of your products get manufactured right here in India. How has been the experience been so far?
Very good, and I would like to say we have been making India since the mid-70s, and we're doing everything from ammunition to camouflage, and today we also have an R&D center in India working already today with the next generation Gripen, our submarines and other things. So you are already involved in the development of our products that hopefully are suitable for you and will be selected. And we have very good experience, and I think also the ambition and the clear target setting by this government is very encouraging.
Also, as far as the Gripen project is concerned, this for the single-engine aircraft contract, would you want to come to India as a wholly owned subsidiary, or do you think that there could be partnerships that could be possible as far as the single-engine aircraft project is concerned?
Well, we're looking forward to partnership, and then we can discuss how the ownership should be. But we like to partner with an Indian partner. We have done that in all the other activities that we have, and I think that's a good combination.
Well, that's all we have from the Aero Show today. For more news and updates, stay tuned to CNBC TV 18.